Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 238. This morning, I just woke up in my suite at the Wynn Casino. I did get some decent sleep finally, so I should be good, ready to go for the day. Today's going to be one of the longer days, but we are going to take a break in the middle to go see my friend at the rehab center. So right now, I woke up, had some of the salad and vegetables and stuff from last night, and I'm ready to get going. I did soak my feet last night for a while, took a nice warm shower, and just had a perfect sleep last night, never even moved. And woke up this morning, I'm ready to go. And first thing I did is gather up all the free stuff they give you in the room. Give you razors, shaving cream, Q-tips, hairspray, anything you could ever imagine, like 50 free things. And I put them in a bag, and I take those home. And when people come visit us, we have this big basket of soaps and shampoos and things for them to choose from. And it's all like incredibly nice stuff that I get from hotel rooms and casinos and stuff. So I take that stuff home. Woke up this morning, looked out the window, saw the Las Vegas Sphere, and that's pretty cool. But right now, there's not much more to say. Yesterday was a good day. We got our feet wet. Today is a day for action. We're going to go make some money. First thing on the agenda, I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to try to get at least one blackjack session in, one slot session in. I'm going to go to the little like deli area and get some fruit juices, like at least two of them. The Wynn Casino makes their own fruit juice, and it's got like the green juice, the blue, all those different things, and they're just excellent. And I remember some days coming to Vegas and being so busy gambling that the only thing that I consumed all day was water and that fruit juice, and that's all I needed, and I kept feeling well, no stomach aches, no pain, no nothing. So that's what we're going to do. So right now, I'm going to let you go downstairs and start my day, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, something crazy just happened. I didn't win any money, don't worry. So I'm walking around. I see blackjack table I want to play. It's a double deck, $100 double deck. And I sit down, start playing, and first shoe, I win one hand. Second shoe, I lose whatever, I don't know how much. Third shoe, I break even on that shoe. And then this guy comes to the table. At this point, I'm down like 2,000, probably 2,500, something like that. And he's like, so he starts playing. He buys in for his last $300, and he's going home. He has $315. He buys in at a $100 table, and he starts playing, and he builds it up. By the time he leaves, he's got like over 1,000. But the point of this is, I'm down like 4,000 at one point. 1 second. And I buy in for 1,000 more. And it's starting to creep up. So count is starting to creep up, and I want to start raising, but I just lost like 5 hands in a row, and I'm like, man, I kind of feel like I should just go for it. And the guy was such a good enabler and covered me so well. I don't know if he knew what he was doing, but he had a bad streak and he was down to his last money or not. So he says, you should put the whole thing out there, the whole 1,000 out there. I'm like, what? The whole 1,000? And we're at like a true 7, something like that. And I'm like, are you sure, man? And he's like, man, you got to go for it. Just put it all out there. And that's like music to my ears. That's what I want to hear, right? So I put it all out there, and I win the hand. I don't know what it was. I win the hand. And then next hand, he's like, brother, you got to put it all out there again. Don't be scared. You're going to win. I know you're going to win. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to do 2, because that's like, I'm going to go from $100 to 300 to 1,000 to 2,000. So I put 1,000 out there. The idea was to go 1 to 10 anyway. So put the 1,000 out there, and I get a 20, and the dealer busts. So now I got 3, which I would have had 4 if I had just listened to him, and it was the right thing to do anyway, if you could afford it. But so now I've got 3, and he said, "Dude, you got to go all in this hand. I know you're gonna win it." And I'm like, "No, I'm okay. I'm just gonna go 1,000 because it's still up there because I'm getting good cards and dealers getting 5-card busts." So we're down to the last hand of the shoe. I put 1,000 out there, and I get ace of spades. So now I got to split aces against a 10 with like a true billion, whatever. So I split them, and I get a 10 and a 2 against a 10. So of course, I should win 1, lose 1. The dealer gets a 2 underneath, and another 2 for a 12, and another 2 for a 16, and he gets a 22 with a 6. So now I'm exactly even. I'm at my buy-in, which is 5,000, and it's the end of the shoe. So where do you go from here? You go start a new shoe. If you're starting a new shoe, you're starting at minimum, right? You're betting 100. So I said, yeah, I think I'm going to get up and take a walk, and it's the right thing to do, because otherwise, how are you going to explain how you just went 3 hands or whatever of 1,000, and now you're back to minimum again? So taking a walk. So I was down 4,000 and got it back in 3 hands, betting 1,000 a hand. So that's where we are. I haven't done anything else yet this morning. I'm walking around at the Wynn. I'm going to go to the high limit area, and there's a couple machines that are beatable back there right now, and see if I can find a play. The minimum on any of those is like $10 a spin, so it could be a nice swing. So I'm going to go do that, and I'll be back to update you. All right, anyway, I'm back. Went in there's nothing in there, but I forgot to tell you, when I got back to even, the guy gets up and gives me a big hug. He's like this shorter, stocky guy. And he gives me a big hug and pats me on the back, and he's like, "Good job, man. I knew you could do it. You should have bet, like I told you should have gone all in, all those hands." If I had done what he said, I would have gone from 1,000 to 2 to 4 to 8, and then 8 I would have had to buy in again for the split, and I would have ended up with 24. I would have ended up ahead 19,000 in three hands. That would have been crazy. From being down 4,000 to, is that right? Is that possible? So I was on 1 to 2 to 4. Right? And then, I would have split the 4, so I would have been, I don't know. You could figure it out. I'm just excited I got that back. So I think what I'm going to do, check out a few more machines here, and then move on to another place and play some blackjack there. I think I did enough blackjack shenanigans for here right now. Don't want to bring too much attention. Not that I would here, but anyway, I'll be back. All right, guys, another rough session here, blackjack at the Encore, and I had 5,000 in chips in my pocket, and went to a $100 double deck table, started playing. It was actually 200, but at the Wynn and the Encore, if it's 200 and there's no one around playing, you can usually talk them into dropping it to 100 without a lot of trouble. So I did that, got it down to 100, and started playing. I was ahead like almost 500 immediately, and then tanked like you wouldn't believe. I was down 500, down 1,000, down 2,000, down 3,000, down 3,500, down 3,800. Then it leveled off a little bit. Things started turning around, and eventually things started flattening out, and then I had a couple good shoes with some decent counts, got the bet up a little bit higher, and was able to come all the way back to being ahead $50. It was a long session. It was over an hour, and unfortunately, it felt even longer because they were standing right above you, because you're the only person in the high limit area. Then another player came, and they were standing between the two tables, like behind us, and they kept saying, "You know how to count?" to the pit boss whenever they would go on break. "You know how to count cards?" Literally, that's what they said. "Yeah, I do." "Okay, stand right here." And so they're actually watching, so you're keeping the spread kind of low, and I was able to luckily get it back because I might have been at neutral or minus EV at that point, when I'm only going 1 to 4, 1 to 5. But it had decent penetration, like 80% penetration, so that was good at least. And it all worked out. Ended getting it back plus 50. What are you going to do when you're down 4,000 or 3,500? Plus 50 sounds really good. So anyway, right now walking around looking for somebody. There's a guy who was working on the vegetation here, the trees and the plants and stuff like that. And I talked to him about 6 months ago whenever I was here last, and he gave me some hints about, I have some kumquat trees, or one kumquat tree at home, and it was not looking good, and he gave me some advice about how to take care of it. And I guess he's here right now, they told me, looking at plants, and I just don't see him anywhere, so that's okay. We'll abandon that search, and I'm thinking right now, I don't know if I should go somewhere else and play blackjack or go play a little poker right now. There might be a early tournament or something. Let me see what's going on in the poker room, and I'll figure out what to do from here. Right now, actually, it's only 2 hours until I get picked up to go see my friend, so I should probably stay pretty close. So I'll just do that, and then go see my friend and go from there. So I do need to go to Caesars to play out that must hit by. That's borderline. Probably nobody played it last night, but it's going to take a long time, but it'll help me get the points I need to keep my status. So we'll see what happens. I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. So ended up playing a little bit of poker while I was waiting to be picked up to go see my friend. Played for about an hour and a half on a 1-3 table. First hand, I'm down like 240 on the first hand, and just grind and grind and grind. And end up, like I said, playing for a while, and ended up leaving down 191. So not a very eventful day yet, but we'll see what happens. So right now I'm walking over to the entrance of the Wynn, gonna get picked up there, go see my friend, and then we're gonna have to go hard for the rest of the night to make up for all this stuff. So we're lost a lot of time, but we'll go past midnight into morning if we have to, if we find something good. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you in a little while. So when I was in there, I did play a few slots, ended ahead about $70. While I was at the poker table, right at the end there's a guy that came to my table. I think maybe he was waiting for a higher limit table, but he came and he started talking, and they sounded familiar. Turns out he plays in my town at the poker club that I play at, which is interesting. But so he was there for a little while and lost a couple hands to me, which is nice. But he plays the mixed games at that poker club. It's like 30 different games that they rotate, and so he's got to be very knowledgeable, really know what he's doing mathematically too. So but talked for a little while about old times and the old poker game that was supposedly a charity game that we had in town for a long time that wasn't really a charity game, that they had the city police outside guarding it and stuff, and it was all fake, and she was making about $25,000 a week running that game. But those are the days of like the mafia type stuff that was going on in our little town. But yeah, so interesting morning so far. Haven't made any money really, about even for the morning, and just waiting for my friend to come pick me up. Should be any second. There he is, and I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. Right now I'm at the Red 8 restaurant at the Wynn. I did end up meeting with my friend. I went to the rehab place and met with him, hung out with him for about an hour and a half or so, and that was nice to see him and see how he's doing and hopefully recovering soon. So that was all good. I did come back to the win. I looked at a few slots, just a few, and ended up finding one play, made $55 on that. And as soon as I'm done eating, I'll take a lap and see what I can do about making some more money on slots. And right now the blackjack tables are kind of full, so I may just play at the M because we're going to head out to the M in a little while to get Coach checked in. So I'll probably play some blackjack and slots there, and then probably go to Caesars after that. So that's what's on the agenda right now, and I'll come back and update you, let you know how things are going. But had a pretty good time with him so far, and haven't made a lot of money today, but this is the time right now to kick it up and make some money. So I'll be back. All right, guys, I finished dinner and looked at some slots, and I had a bunch of short slot sessions, plus 50, plus 150, plus 25, plus 45, stuff like that. So I made a little bit of money on that. I did have one double deck session where I made $100. That's really about it. So blackjack's been flat to say the least today. Right now we're heading off to where?
The Rainbow Club.
The Rainbow Club. And we're going to play there for a little while. Then we're going to go to the M. And I'm going to meet somebody there, another AP, and we're going to get checked in. And we'll go from there. Definitely going to play blackjack there as well. So that's what's going on right now. It's almost 6 p.m. right now. And I'll come back and update you. All right, I am back. So just so you guys know, Coach is the king of all the small casinos. He knows everything about small casinos in Vegas. He's not even using a map. He's going to all these places in the middle of nowhere, and he knows exactly where to go. We went to the Rainbow Club, which is across from the Emerald Island, and Emerald Island took a bunch of money from me last time I was here, but they're the same company. And if you got 200 points, which a point is $1 coin in, you got to pick a prize. So there's a table of prizes. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like a school carnival, and it's like a table with stuff on there, and you pick what you want, and then they go in the back and get it for you. So my wife wanted this purse, so I got the purse for her. Played some slots, and I ended up ahead like $14. And Coach did pretty well too. He did better than me. Which is not hard to do when you make $14. But these places are so cool. They have like every night at 6 o'clock, they go around and give everyone a treat. So tonight was like a little cup with ice cream in it. And sometimes they said they do like cookies and stuff. And the Emerald Club across the street, Coach said that sometimes they do corn dogs.
Chili dogs.
Chili dogs.
Saturday nights.
On Saturday nights. So there you go. They just give you chili dogs. So can you imagine a bunch of chili dogs in that crowded place with all those slot machines all be sticky and stuff? I hope they have a lot of napkins. But all right, enough with the fun. Now we're going to go have some fun. We're going to the M. We're going to check in, and we're going to meet with a listener of the podcast, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. We are actually going to Durango next. We just left the M, and Coach played some stuff there, but I didn't. I met with a listener and talked to him for about half an hour. It was a good conversation. We have a lot in common, actually similar interests as well. So that was good. I didn't want to play any blackjack because I didn't know if he had any heat, and I don't really like playing blackjack there too much anyway. And I didn't find any machines to play, so I didn't make any money there. But we're going over to Durango. I'm going to play blackjack there. I'm going to play machines there, and we'll see what happens with that. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. So we stopped at the Durango, and first thing I looked at the slot machines, and I found two okay plays. Played both of those, and ended the session ahead $122 on slots. I then went to a good double deck game that they have there. It's at a $25 minimum, and I played that one for about 20 minutes or so before a group of 4 kids came to the table and sat down, and then I immediately stood up. It was a negative count with 1 or 2 hands left in the shoe, so why stick around for another shoe and why play the negative counts? I left ahead $315 on that one, so $315 on the blackjack, $122 on the slots, and I gotta say that is a very nice place. It's spacious, not smoky, aisles are wide and stuff. It's a really nice, well-lit place, and they have some food places in there. Can't complain about it. So it's one of my favorite places, even though I've only been there twice. But anyway, right now we're heading back to the Strip, and Coach is going to drop me off at Caesars. I'm going to see if I can get some points tonight, and then I'll probably go through Harrah's and that side of the street back to the Wynn, and then play a little bit at the Wynn before going to sleep. So if I can get a decent table, because when I left the Wynn it was $100 minimum, and it'll probably be $400 minimum or $300 minimum for the low limit at this time of night. So if I can't get a play, then I'll probably head up to the room. I doubt that I would play poker. I mean, that's an option, but I doubt it. So anyway, letting you go. I'll be back. All right, guys. I am walking back to the Wynn from Caesars, and right now I think this is Harrah's, maybe. It's Best Western.
Our Players Club wants to help extend your playtime by immediately reimbursing your first $20 of loss with $20 in player payback free play credits.
Hear that? If I lose $20, they'll pay me back $20. Isn't that exciting? All right, so here's what's going on.
We take the sting out.
Oh, good Lord. This woman keeps walking behind me everywhere I go. All right, enough of that. Come on now.
$20 for every $100 of loss.
She won't quit, man. All right. So heading back to the Wynn from wherever I am now. Best Western Casino Royale, and walking on the sidewalk here. I did play blackjack at Caesars, and as soon as I actually gave my card to the boss there. It was a guy that I've talked to before. He's very friendly to me. I'm not worried about it. We have a certain connection that makes it definite that I don't have to worry about that guy. So I talked to him for a few minutes, no issue there, and played at that table, and he was happy that I was leaving with a $600 profit, so that was nice. So blackjack at Caesars plus 600, and then played slots as well and got buried. B-U-R-R-R-R-I-E-D, buried. I was down as much as 1175, and by the end of the play I was down about 450, and just decided right there that I got the time, I'm going to find some plays, and I dug in, and little here, little there. Eventually I got every bit of it back and ended up slightly ahead on the slots. So plus a couple bucks on the slots, plus 600 on the blackjack, and then a friend of mine who's in town, I need to give him some cash that I owe him, and I forgot to give it to him when I saw him yesterday, so I just invited him back to the hotel. It's about 12:30 a.m. I just invited him back to the Wynn, and I said, hey, let's order room service, have some steaks, some salads, whatever we want, and I'll get you that cash. And he said, I'll be right there. So I am walking. I think he's probably going to take an Uber. So I'm going to get back to the room, get the phone plugged in. It's down to 3% battery, and then
we will relax a little bit and take a break and talk. He had some good variants today. I may even put him on and we can talk to him, interview him a little bit about his day. He's had an incredible 3 days and very happy about that. I feel somewhat responsible for him being here because he said he wouldn't come unless he had a free room, and I was able to get him a free room, and now he's had some unbelievable variants, so I feel really good about that. So I think maybe what we should do here is probably end it here, and then we'll start fresh. So I'm going to let you go for now. If you have any questions or comments, the email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.